Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome back to video number 6 on our Home Assistant GMKtec Mini PC series, where we're installing various things into Home Assistant and setting up Home Assistant. Now, if you've watched the previous videos, which I recommend you do, then you'll be following along. In this video, which is part 6, we will be installing the SMLight SLZB-06P7 Zigbee dongle, which goes into a PoE port on my network switch, and it's powered by PoE. However, it can also be powered by USB-C as well. Now, we'll be installing this in the video, and we'll also be pairing these Innr Zigbee smart bulbs to our Zigbee dongle here and adding them into Home Assistant, where we can create some automations to switch on our lights and switch off our lights at certain times of the day. Now, I purchased both of these products myself, so they've not been sent by anybody, so these opinions and reviews in this video are of my own. So I bought these Innr smart bulbs, which are RGBW ones from Amazon, and for the SMLight SLZB-06P7 Zigbee dongle, I purchased this from AliExpress. So let's have a quick unboxing, take a look at the specs for these two items, and then what we'll do is go into Home Assistant and get them integrated and set up. So we'll get right to that now. So this is the SMLight SLZB-06P7 Zigbee dongle. Now, it works with Home Assistant, works with Zigbee2MQTT, and it's also powered by Power over Ethernet, and it has Zigbee native support, and it has an Ethernet connection mode and also a USB connection mode. This is all stated on the box here. On the back of the box we have the specifications. Again, it's got the model number SLZB-06P7, the adapter size, which is 160 by 23 by 25 millimeters, and the antenna size is 195 by 12 by 12 millimeters. So you can just update this over the air. So basically, over the air means over the internet. So you just plug it in, go into the web control panel, and you can update it directly from there, the firmware on it. So let's take a look inside. Just as I said, to recap, I purchased this from AliExpress and it took about 10 days to arrive. So there's the antenna, which just screws in to the dongle, and then you can angle the antenna whichever angle you so wish. So as you can see, we've got the screw thread there, which just screws into it. Take out the box, we've got another cardboard insert, and we've got a little USB-C adapter which goes into the side of this device, and we've also got 2 adhesive pads, 2 screws, and a little screwdriver with it as well. So although it does say that they're optional on there, they're all contained in that little bag there. And then in the cardboard insert we also have a little measuring ruler there, where you could measure it to fix it onto a wall should you so wish. And here we have the Zigbee dongle. At this end here we have the screw terminal for the external antenna, which we just screw in there like so, twist it, and then it screws in tight, and there's the antenna. Then at the side we have the USB port there, which can be powered by USB, and that's USB-C, by the way. On the top here we have a little reset button which you hold in and reset. It's very small, but hopefully you can just see that little dot there on the device. Hopefully you'll see it on camera here. And at the bottom we have a label which is SMLight, which is the brand name, so that's the manufacturer, and the website address www.smlight.tech. and the model number is also stated on the label, which again is a SLZB-06P7. We also have two little mounting recesses there where you would mount it to a wall, so the screws would go on there and it would hook onto the screws which you screw into the wall, or you can use the self-adhesive pads so you could just stick it to the wall should you so wish. Then at the other end we have the PoE port, and this is a 100 megabit port, and as I said, it's PoE, so it gets its power from power over Ethernet, so there's no external power jack required. However, if you don't have PoE, you can actually power it by the side USB-C connector there. So that's basically the PoE Zigbee dongle, which acts as a router to your Zigbee network. So devices on your Zigbee network will eventually connect back to this, and then it will be fed into Home Assistant. Now this has native support in Home Assistant, so once you connect it via PoE and power it up and wait for the device to start up, it will appear automatically in Home Assistant, which is great. And as I said, it does have its own web control panel, which we'll take a look at. So we'll put this to one side. Actually, just one last thing, you will actually find these on Amazon. However, they are a lot higher price than what they are on AliExpress. In fact, more than double the price. So if you could wait for yours to be delivered about 10 to 12 days from China, then I would recommend purchasing it from AliExpress, as I did here in the UK. So moving on, we have the Zigbee compatible. So these Zigbee compatible bulbs will pair up to this adapter easily. So these are Innr, the brand name is INNR, so Innr Zigbee smart bulbs, and these are RGBW, so they are colour as well as white. These ones are 806 lumens. They have a energy rating efficiency of F, and at the side of the box we have Zigbee certified product. So as I said, they are RGBW, so they are colour and white, and the white range is from 1800K to 6500K. They are 806 lumens as the maximum brightness, and the maximum power output for these is 8.5 watts. So that's basically the Innr bulb's specification. So we'll take a look in the box, and all we have is a little guide to smart lighting, and this leaflet tells you how to pair them into the app, how to put them into pairing mode as well. So put that to one side. Then we have a little colour booklet which says Innr Smart Lighting, and it's just showing you their products, what they have, and so on. They also sell smart plugs, I believe, as well. So we may get into doing the smart plugs later on in a future video of this Home Assistant series. So just take a look at the bulbs. So there's two in this box, and as you can see, they're the E27 fitting, which is the large groove fitting. They're quite well made, solid. The plastic at the top is quite solid. I noticed some bulbs, actually the plastic at the top here is quite thin, where you can probably press it in, but these you can't. They're actually, the plastic is thick, solid, well made. And as I said, there's two in the box, and that's all there is in the box there. So what we'll do now is we'll get this SMLight Zigbee coordinator paired into Home Assistant. We'll take a look at the web control panel for it, and then what we'll do is try and get one of the bulbs paired with the Zigbee stick. So we'll get on to that right now. So here we are, and what I've done is powered up the SMLight SLZB-06P7 Zigbee adapter, powered by PoE Ethernet. So I plugged it into my PoE switch and it's powered itself up, and what I did was log into my router and obtain the IP address for the SLZB. So as you can see at the top address bar, the IP address is 192.168.2.109. Now this is a DHCP address, so it's dynamic, so it could actually change in future. So what we're going to do is set it to a static IP address. We're currently at the dashboard for the SLZB. Now with the dashboard, it provides all the information. You can also update it over the air, so meaning over the air it will update itself over the internet. So you can do this manually, or you can set it to automatic. Now I would recommend setting it to manual updates. So before we go into Home Assistant and set up the SLZB in Home Assistant, what we're going to do is change one or two settings in here, which is really easy to do. So the first thing we're going to do is select Network from the left hand side menu. Then what we're going to do is set a static IP address. So to do this, all you need to do is toggle the DHCP status, and then for the IP address you can leave that as 192.168.2.109 or whichever IP address is already showing in the address bar at the top. So just repeat the address bar showing at the top here and type this into the IP address box here. For the subnet mask, leave that as 255.255.2550 or whichever is already in there. The gateway, you need to put the IP address of your router or router, whichever you like to call it, and then the same for DNS1 and DNS2, put in the IP address of your router or router. Once you've done this, go to the bottom and select Save. Then for the network connection, go to Reboot and go to the IP address. So select this, wait for the Zigbee coordinator to reboot itself, which takes just a few seconds. Then what we're going to do is go down to Z2M and ZHA in the left side menu, and you will see that we have Zigbee2MQTT highlighted. So it's highlighted in with the black background, as you will see, and underneath this we have some information where it's saying pay attention. So in this section here, what you need to do is copy the line with port in it. So copy port : TCP : / the IP address of your Zigbee device, so this IP address of this current SLZB, and then a colon and the port number. So just copy this and paste it into Notepad, as we will need this later on in Home Assistant. So just copy that text there, only that one line, as you will see, and paste it into a Notepad document temporarily. Then once we've done that, what we'll do is go down to Settings and Tools at the left hand side, and then for the time settings, so select time settings, what you need to do is just select your time zone. So in my case it's GMT +1, and then for the NTP servers you can leave these both as default. So the first one will be pool.ntp.org, and then the second one time.google.com. Once you've done that, just click Save again and then Restart Now, and then it should automatically update and restart itself with the correct time. So now that we've done that, what we'll do is just check for any updates. So to do this, go into Settings and Tools and then Firmware Update. Then what you need to do is click on Check for Core Updates, and here you will see that we've got the current core firmware version of 2.5.6, and this is the latest version. As you'll see, we've got Flash 2.5.6, so these are both the same, so we don't need to do any update. And then what we'll do is check for Zigbee updates. So to do this, click Check for Zigbee updates, then select Zigbee coordinator, and you will see that we're on the current firmware version of 2024.07.16, which, as you will see, it's saying Zigbee is installed, so the 2024.07.16 is the latest version at the time of recording this video. So we don't need to do any updates for this. So in this case, I'll just click X in the top corner, and then that completes setting up of the SLZB in its web interface. So now what we'll do is go to Home Assistant and we'll proceed to add the SLZB into Home Assistant. So what you can do is close this browser tab now. So here I am, and I've logged into my Home Assistant, and you'll see we're at the overview screen at the moment. So what we need to do to add the Zigbee coordinator is go to notifications at the left side, and it's saying new devices discovered. So click on check it out, and you will see that it's detected automatically or discovered, whichever you like to refer to, as the SLZB and the Zigbee Home Automation and SMLight SLZB. So for the Zigbee Home Automation, what you can do is select ignore this, because we don't need to do this for this Zigbee Home Automation. With the confirmation message on screen, you can select ignore. Then you will see we've got the SLZB-06P7 SMLight SLZB. So what we'll do with this is click configure. Do you want to set up SMLight? Click submit. Then it's saying success, and what you need to do is select the area where your SLZB Zigbee coordinator is located. In this case, it's in my network cabinet, so I'll select network cabinet and then click finish. Now you will see we've got the SMLight under the list of integrations which have been added. So that completes adding the SMLight for the web interface. So this is just for settings. So what we need to do, we still need to add it for our Zigbee2MQTT. So to do this, what we need to do is go into settings, then select add-ons, then select add-on store in the bottom right corner. Then what we're going to do in the search bar at the top is type in MOSQ, and you should see that we have Mosquito Broker. So select Mosquito Broker by clicking on it, and then you should have Mosquito Broker MQTT on the screen at the moment. So what you need to do is select install and just wait for it to install itself. Then you'll be presented with some options. So you should have start on boot, which should be enabled, so make sure that's blue. And for watchdog, I would recommend turning this on, so turn this blue. And for auto update, you can leave this as disabled. You can select start. Then you will see we've got host name, add-on CPU, add-on RAM, and we should have a green dot like you see here in the top right corner. So that completes adding the MQTT Mosquito Broker. So now what we need to do is go back to settings, then again select add-ons, then again select add-on store in the bottom right corner. Then in the search box at the top, type in Zigbee. Now you will see that we don't have anything specific to Zigbee in the search results. So what we need to do is add the repository for the Zigbee2MQTT. So to do this, in the top right corner you'll see there's 3 dots. So select this, and then from the menu that appears, select repositories. Then you will see we've got manage add-on repositories, and in the add line where the cursor is already flashing is type in or paste in https://github.com//Zigbee2MQTT. What I will also do is put it in the video description for this video so that you can just copy and paste it in this add line when you're setting up your own coordinator. Select add, and it should then add the repository. So you should have Hacks add-on, Home Assistant add-on, and Music Assistant. So once you've got those, or as well Hacks add-on repository, just click close. Then what you need to do is in the top right corner, select the three dots again, and then select check for updates. Once you've done that, you need to refresh your web page. So it's normally the F5 key on the keyboard, which is to refresh, or you can just click the arrow in your browser. So the curved arrow just to refresh the web page. So now in the search bar at the top, you should be able to type in Zigbee. And now you should see we've got Zigbee2MQTT, Zigbee2MQTT Proxy, and also Zigbee2MQTT Edge. Now what you need to do is select Zigbee2MQTT. On screen you should have Zigbee2MQTT. Then what you need to do is click on Install and wait for it to install the Zigbee2MQTT. Once it's installed it, you should have some further options appear. Start on boot, which is enabled, so leave that as enabled. What you need to do is enable watchdog, so select the slider to turn it blue, and also for auto update make sure that is disabled, so that should be grayed out, and then select show in sidebar, so make sure that's enabled. Once you've done that, you should see at the left hand side we've got Zigbee2MQTT appearing in this left side menu here. So once you've done that, select start, and you will see now it's started. We've got a green dot in the top right corner. Now what we need to do is go into the configuration tab at the top, so select configuration, and you should have Zigbee2MQTT options appear with some text and some language in there. Now for the serial line where it's showing serial here, click in there, and what you need to do is paste in the IP address and port number for your SMLight SLZB Zigbee coordinator. Now if you recall earlier I told you to paste it into Notepad, so as you will see I've just opened up Notepad and I've got port TCP, which was the line from our Zigbee coordinator. So what you need to do is copy this and then paste it into the serial line. So you should have port : space TCP : / and then the IP address of your SMLight Zigbee coordinator, and then another colon, and then the port number, which is 6638 by default. However, your IP address will of course be different. So now once you've done that, you need to click on save under this options section here. So select save and then select restart Zigbee2MQTT, select the restart button. Now that you've done that, you can go back to the Zigbee2MQTT option at the left side menu. So select this, and it's saying that Zigbee2MQTT, the add-on, seems to not be ready. It might still be starting. Do you want to try again? Select retry, and just hit retry a few times and it will eventually start itself. This will then take you in to your Zigbee2MQTT, where here on this screen you will see that we've got Z2M at, and then the IP address of your Zigbee coordinator. Now in this screen here is where your Zigbee devices will be listed. So once your Zigbee devices have been detected, they will show up in this list here. You need to put the Innr Zigbee smart bulb into pairing mode. Now to do this, by default, what you need to do is switch on and off the light. So switch the light on and off at your regular light switch 5 times with a gap of about half a second between the turn on and turn off cycles. Now once you've done that, the light bulb should light up with a white colour bulb and it should be dim. So if it's not at full brightness, if it's dim and it's white, then it means it's already in pairing mode. So what I'm going to do is just put mine in pairing mode now, and I'll be back shortly. So once you've put your light bulb or bulbs in pairing mode, what you need to do is click on the permit join all button, and your Zigbee devices should pop up in this screen here. So you'll see we've got a timer, so we've got a countdown timer, so it's put these in pairing mode for a time of 4.5 minutes. So you'll see now that we've got our Innr light bulb popped up in our list of Zigbee devices. What we're going to do is give it a friendly name. So to do this, instead of all these random characters, click on friendly name. This will then take you into the configuration screen for the bulb. So for friendly name, select the pen icon. Then for friendly name, change this to whatever name you want to refer it to. So for example, bedroom ceiling light. And then what we'll do is select update Home Assistant entity ID as well, and then click on rename device. Then this has now changed our friendly name from random characters to bedroom ceiling light. So what you can do now is go back to devices at the top, and this will then take you back to the list of Zigbee devices that have been detected by your coordinator. Then what we're going to do is add the Zigbee2MQTT and our light bulb to our Home Assistant dashboard. So to do this, what you need to do is select settings at the left hand side, then select devices and services. Then you will see we've got discovered MQTT. So select configure and then select submit. Then select the area where your MQTT broker is, or if you don't want an area, just click finish. So in this case, I'll select network cabinet, and also the bridge is in the network cabinet as well. So for the bedroom ceiling light, what I'll do is change this to bedroom to be correct and click finish. Now you will see under our devices, we've got MQTT added. So just click on MQTT. Then for the MQTT, where it's showing 2 devices, click this. And here you will see we've got bedroom ceiling light and Zigbee2MQTT bridge. So select the first one, which is bedroom ceiling light. And then what we'll do is click on add to dashboard. Then for the choose a view, leave the dashboard as default and click next. Then again, select add to dashboard. Then once you've added your bulb, select overview at the left hand side, and then you will see it's taken us back to our dashboard, and we've now got the bedroom ceiling light added. So select the bedroom ceiling light by clicking on it. Then what you need to do is select the 3 dots and select device info. Then you will see it's taken us into the device information screen for our bulb. And what we can do is add the other settings to the dashboard. For example, we can have configuration, add to dashboard, and select next and select add to dashboard. And then for controls, you can select add to dashboard, select next, and then again select add to dashboard. And then for the controls, one entity not shown, select this. And then for effects, select this, click the gear icon, select enabled, select update, then wait 30 seconds for it to update. And then what you can do after waiting for 30 seconds, go back to overview, and you will now see that we've got 3 boxes for our bedroom ceiling light. So we have a button to turn the light on and off, as you will see, which turns on and off the light, and we have power on behavior. So you can either, when you turn the power on, you can either leave the bulb off, on, or toggle it, or select it as the previous state. So what you can also do is again select bedroom ceiling light where you power it on and off, and then you'll see we've got a pop-up window where you can change the color, temperature, and change the actual color for RGB. Add an effect, for example, if you want to have it color loop, and so on. So you can configure the light bulb from your dashboard in Home Assistant. So we'll just close that window with the X, and that's added our MQTT SLZB Zigbee coordinator. We've added MQTT broker, and we've also added our Innr light bulb via our Zigbee coordinator So what you can do is just purchase more Zigbee compatible devices and add them in to Home Assistant. All you need to do in future is go into Zigbee2MQTT at the left hand side. Make sure your Zigbee device is in pairing mode, and then what you do is select permit join all, and then it should detect your new Zigbee devices and they should appear in this list. So all you do is rename them, then from your dashboard you should then have the new devices appear once you've enabled them to appear on your overview or Home Assistant dashboard. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked it, hope you found it useful, and I do hope you found it easy to follow. I did try and do it as slowly as possible so that you can easily follow it. So thanks for watching this video. More videos are coming soon. Take care. Thanks again. Bye for now.